Back to Lightning Game Show, AK Ninja here, back with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Let's see if we can get all healed up and back in the fight in today's stream. Let's get it.
A little complicated. Basically, Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us! Good morning, Henry!
Oh hey, Hans is all good now after we made that potion at the end of the last stream. If you guys missed that, make sure to go back and see it, so you know exactly what's going on here.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
All the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine!
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Once, when we were out hunting, Hans was taken captive by humans. But with a bit of luck, I managed to rescue him.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive. I rescued him.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, audentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for, but I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things, but I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Geleoth, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Oh, Bajana, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that axe and spade. We can't manage without them.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bajana.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry
Alright,
says,
let's go
may
ahead.
God
We're
bless
gonna
you
get
for your
over to
generosity
Trotsky.
and you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer. Sorry for coming late, Ma.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
I was going past and I thought I'd try to sell some baskets and ointments there. And I succeeded.
What about the rest of our company?
Then he shouldn't
Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself.
twice as much as we
They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
never catch me. You know I can take down a hare on the run. And a
What
man
about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
Oh, come on, Hans. He literally
First
saved
Trotsky,
us.
von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I tell you, I saw him there.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. You're still my protector, though. So you need a weapon right away. Here you go. You never know.
Where'd you get it?
I found it in the dung pile. Must have belonged to the fellow I brawled with that night we got here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Looks like we're making a stop off at Summit before we make it to Trotsky. Oh, I'm not being chased off by a dog, I tell ya.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed.
Come on, boys,
up!
let's in.
I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am?
No, we fucking don't. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai.
Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, envoy.
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me! No, wait. Wait, one moment!
I can't believe it, we've been locked out of the studio Trotsky.
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? Oh, I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Well, the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas. Instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
I'm just as much to blame for their deaths as you. We're in this together.
At least we should give them a proper burial as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenes. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it? That's that woman from the pond. Or the one you gave us away for?
Right there, that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment. I heard some talk about your captain.
Oh? What was that?
That
Oh. Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
We saw each other by that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the King's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Oh, shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Always ready.
Glad to hear it. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Scallis.
Never heard of it. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Sameen is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truscovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathhouse wench.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Sameen, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
Will Lord von Burgov be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Sameen is his vassal.
Who is this Semine?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Sameen. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Sameen is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svatja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Aye, coming right up. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
So she's safe.
The butcher?
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Burgov is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semine, from the local noble family, is getting married. He's marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like von Burgov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar, as if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Ugh!
You know, sir, not everyone is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Ordinary people have to work their whole lives. So you should be able to manage it too, at least for one day.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, The plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatorus, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
I understand. I'm in your service, so I'll carry all the sacks. Even your share.
Thank you, Henry. And don't worry, I'll pay you back for your hard work.
I'm on it.
Thanks again for accepting it with humility. And fear not, friend, I'll repay the favor.
How? Well, giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
That would be kind of you.
I knew you'd be pleased.
Whatever.
Where is that bloody innkeeper?
Ooh,
Kind of slow today.
that isn't half heavy. Oh.
God bless.
An ale, as usual. Tankard of ale, thanks. Cheers.
Whenever I came close, she growled at me.
I'll have a beer.
I was afraid to go to my own yard.
I know how it is. I do not even know.
That was our company, but the 2 of us managed to get away. It was the same bandits who attacked Lord von Bergov's men. Why the fuck doesn't anyone believe us?
Maybe because you've got no way of proving it?
We lost everything.
I'm a bit peckish.
Here it comes.
What did you say? Say it again.
It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
I can't wait. I hope my uncle don't let me down.
But calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Oh, you want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Berkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
That's enough. Cut it out, both of you.
Mind your own business. Take your ragamuffin friend and get the fuck out of our village.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Dead man! It was him!
You know, you're one ugly bugger.
Hey!
Come on, then.
Oh Gott! Ich wurde... Don't spare him!
And nice hit!
I hope...
Ain't had enough yet! Good!
Come on, then!
I'll be settle with you in a flash.
Good!
Yeah! Don't spare him!
Now, fucker! Good! Yeah! Don't spare him! Now you'll die!
Oh, verdammter Mist!
This is unbelievable!
You want to try me?
Slice him up!
Hey! Now you fucked
We're
up.
gonna gut you, you whore son!
It'll be over in inches!
I told you he had two left hands.
Slice him up!
Show your
Don't spare him!
I hope he doesn't hurt anyone
Get
else.
the fuck!
What's it to be your act?
Let him have it!
Nice hit!
That's your death toll.
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Bastards! This will cost you dearly.
Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse.
What?
You behave like a spoilt brat.
How dare you speak...
You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship.
You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess.
Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it?
Fuck off.
Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm fed up with pulling you out of the shit all the time.
You pull me out of the shit! And who dragged you through the woods at night, eh? Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
I don't fucking believe it. You're really going to blame me for it? It was you who caused the brawl. You should have listened to me and calmed down.
And let him insult me. Fat chance. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
And you're a spoilt brat who can't even hear himself.
What the fuck did you say? I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Oh, that's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I have to consider what to do next.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that?
Ocelotto.
Hey! Go!
Oh, shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Oh. Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
Suppose
Henry?
I really do need to find some job. I'll find mutt without you, you stuck-up Lord of Perkstein.
Hey, you! It's about time. Come here. Do you have anywhere to go?
What's your story?
What would you say? Right now, I'm slightly scruffy nothing.
But I don't have any money. Look at me. I don't have anything at all.
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Yes, you're probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that. Unless somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. Like Tomcat always says, bruises build character.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offence, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
You didn't listen to me. You can take him on, but I think you'll get trounced.
Are you certain?
Believe me, Tomcat knows some trick. Clubbers everyone like little boys.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
You didn't listen to me. You can take him on, but I think you'll get trounced.
Are you certain?
Believe me, Tomcat knows some trick. Clubbers everyone like little boys.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
You didn't listen to me. You can take him.
Are you certain?
Believe me.
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles. He breaks logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out?
And, not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
I'm practically naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed. Although that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin? A monk's robe? Or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour?
I'd prefer something a little more ordinary. I'd like to blend in with the locals and not attract attention.
After what you did here with that friend of yours, even the deaf and blind would immediately recognise you. But between the two of us, it's easy enough to scrounge up a shirt and trousers if you know where to look.
Thanks. These'll come in handy.
Just don't get yourself caught again.
Oh well. It was nice to meet you, but I should probably get going. Get a job, and so on.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
Doesn't it bother you? Walking around here like some animal.
Aye, it does. I didn't have a choice in the matter. Sorry.
What? Can I help you? What's bothering us? You don't have anything better to do than be on other people's property. So, you're just wandering aimlessly? You don't have anything better to do than be on other people's property?
Can't get any better than this.
So, you're just wandering aimlessly, eh? So what did Crush tell you about it?
There's going to be a dice tournament at the wedding. And whoever wins will take home a gold bag. That must cost the king's ransom.
Oh, bloody hell.
Doesn't it bother you? Walking around here like some kind of animal?
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard something's going on in Takoff again. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Zelievites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean, more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region, now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been talking my ears off for God knows how long. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you. Not now. I'm full.
Hey! You're stealing food! Halt! Are you deaf? Yield! Enough! We'll do this the hard way then.
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problems.
Greetings, Master Guard.
Mind what...
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard Project the... And now he said...
What do you...
That I've been... Or now... I say... And that...
That sounds...
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
God be with you. don't have a spade.
What?
God be with you, Sir Knight. I'm Henry, and I serve the Lord of Lipa.
And which one might that be? You see, I know several of them. It's an old and respected house.
Well, my lord resides in Ratai, on Sasau.
Him I don't know, but I rode with the old Captain Chenyak of Lipa when Emperor Charles was still with us.
Forgive me, sir, but that's before my time.
Well, of course. Half a century has passed since those glorious battles against the Hungarian troops. Ah, and all I'm left with today is debts.
So you fought for Emperor Charles, the father of our King Wenceslas?
Indeed I did. My boy, he was a pious and clever king, and as cunning as the devil.
So you stand with Wenceslas too?
Always. The apple has fallen far from the tree. Young Wenceslas is just a foppish coxcomb. Well, safe to say, it's all going to the bloody dogs.
Well, I have to get on the road again.
Farewell, and...
Huh?
You fucker! Now you're gonna die! Useless.
Do it! Fuck yourself! Just...
good day. I'm a bit peckish.
Greetings.
Aren't those dice sad you're just letting them sit there?
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want
Ave
anything
Maria.
then, eh? What do you need? Hurry up, I don't have all day.
What's new around here?
Vostotek. Lord von Beregov's huntsman is a regular here. He might have some work for you. He's got a cottage near Vidlak Pond. So if you know your way around the woods, you could go and offer him your help. I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. You could also stop by and see Old Mouth. He's the local storyteller. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things. But only if you bring him some liquor. Don't forget, I have some here to sell, if you want. I'm working on a little practical joke myself. We have this little dispute with the Gelievites. You might be interested. And that's all I'd say.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper. You're having problems with the Gelievites?
Not just me, my friend. They're the biggest bastards around. They've been nothing but trouble for years. The winter before last, they piled snow in front of everyone's doors at night, so no one could get out of their house. And last year, they broke into my cellar and pissed in my beer barrel.
Gracious. I hope you got your aim back on them.
Not yet, no. But since you're here, I've got a plan you could help me out with. I'd pay you well. You can count on that.
What exactly would you like me to do?
Don't worry. I won't make you do any shoveling or pissing anything. But I'll tell you exactly what I have in mind, only after you promise to help me. I'd hate to reveal my plan, only for you to go off and tell the Gelievites right away.
All right. I'll help you.
Listen up, then. Old Albram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Geliov, has this beautiful bull. White as snow he is. The finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective, too. Now I mean, you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Albram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village, but you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. I hear he can make some kind of sleeping potion. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, I'm sure it'll do the trick. But watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
All right, then. Albram's bull will be getting a new coat of paint.
Albram's going to lose his mind. I can't wait. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught.
What's the difference?
Spend it all on pussy, brother.
I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Prochek said you might know something.
Well, it's true.
I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away.
Well, I don't want it just for the sake of it. I need to use it against the Zhelyov lot.
So, Project and Olbram are at it again. Blockheads, both of them. And the place was just getting really nice and quiet lately. Well, what the hell. Maybe if I help you out, they'll start trading punches sooner and get it all over with. Pay up, and I'll tell you the secret.
Thank you.
So, did you want to make...
Wouldn't you tell a fellow blacksmith? My dad was a swordsmith, and I used to help him a lot.
But you didn't pay much attention, did you now? Otherwise, you'd know the recipe by now, and you wouldn't be asking me.
All right. I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last 2 hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
But if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Excuse me? Go over to the anvil and let's get started. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up a bit. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works better. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. Bloody hell, what's the hold-up? I've shown you this part, the whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Hear that? Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. Well struck. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking. Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. They can't afford it neither.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
Don't cause any trouble, got it?
Greetings, Master Guard.
It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semine, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semine and find out what the bloody hell happened.
All right. I'll get right on it then.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk, kick their asses for me.
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety into them.
I'll have a look at the wares.
I'd like to discuss the price.
But of course. Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
Can I ask you about that cart?
What is it you need?
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along the way. Maybe their cart broke down or something.
There's only one road to Semine that can take a cart. It leads from Takov to Troskovitz, and then to the south. But I've got a bad feeling they got up to no good in Semine.
All right.
Time's...
I'm still not really sure of myself in the forest.
Why not? Why don't you?
Yeah.
Let's see what... Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up bit by bit. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above it. Give it a pull. It works better. You can tell the temperature by the colour, but you won't be able to tell what's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dog could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Henry, what are you waiting for? Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Well struck. Sparks are flying nicely. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. That's the ring you want. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking.
I'm running out of ink. What? Again? What do you mean, again? You refused to get me more. So it won't come as a surprise when I refuse again. What am I supposed to write? You know what? You write a complaint.
Oh, I just... Damn. I could use a horse. It'll take years to get to Semin on foot.
Don't exaggerate. This province is small.
Still, it'll be faster with a horse.
There's a stud farm in Semin, renowned far and wide.
And which way is Semin?
Southwest from here, not too far. There's a road goes right there from the green. Just go down the hill. Once you see the walled farmhouse, you're there. Though, I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse from Semin.
I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf. Here you go. I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
Where are you headed, if you're only passing through here?
For work. To the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nary a groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
You said you were going to a city. You mean like to Prague? Or somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long. Just until I find a way to make a living.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook, or a servant.
Don't get your hopes up. The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while yet.
You're something like a wanderer?
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary or help in the tavern, but I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller or a nomad. But don't say it too loud. The locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them. Just don't stare too long.
I really better go.
Good luck.
Praise the Lord.
Right. Listen to what I have to say. Only a blind man can't see it. Sigismund is 1,000 times better than Wenceslas ever was. I hear he's settled in Kuttenberg, and they can't praise him high enough in the city. He kicked out all the dishonest officials and got rid of all the murderers and thieves. And they say they now mine silver so fast they started paving the streets with it. That would never have happened under Wenceslas, I tell you. He didn't look after the kingdom at all.
Sharp as a razor.
Hail Mary.
Nice place. Too bad I never learned to fish. Oh, I can't go any further. It's too deep. What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
Hey, lad. What do you want? Come here.
What do you want?
Just to wish you a good day. Good to see you, lad.
Really? It seems to me I'm in your way.
Ha! Not at all. That poor fella didn't have anything interesting on him. But you might.
Now, you don't look like a match for me. I bet your bark is worse than your bite.
Ha! Take care, lad. I was already slitting throats while you were still sucking on your ma's tits.
Well, anyone can slit throats if they have the stomach for it. But a real fight, with iron in hand, now that's something else entirely.
And? You think I'm afraid of you?
Well, maybe you should be. I may have lost everything, but I can still beat the shit out of you with what I've got to hand.
But, I was just joking. I wasn't serious. I'd better be on my way.
If we ever meet again, you won't be leaving on your feet. Before we part ways, have you seen a dog?
A dog? No, I haven't. But when I'm out at night, laying in looking for work, I often hear wolves howling by the rocks near the pond. You're a dead man!
It's a wonder you're still standing.
You're a dead man! You know that?
Do it!
Dead. And robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of mutt. Oh, a nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him. Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, Sakra. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Sameen these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks. Has something happened?
My daughter, Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember. What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. If I was you, I'd ask in Troskovitz. That's where she was heading last time I saw her. And if she arrived, someone must have seen her. And you can look in the things there. My old legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
So, Pavlena, what have you left for me? She's got unfinished work here. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here? Like she got up and went straight out.
Show what you're made of. I'll rip your ass open. I'll kill you. Oh, for fuck's sake!
No!
Stop! Oh! Useless. You're no match for us, fucker. Take that fucker out, damn it! Yeah, don't spare him! Run from here!
Damn it!
Oh, fuck's sake! Stop!
Somebody, please!
Prepare to fight! I'm all yours. Useless. I'll show ya. What the
Help!
Come on, then.
You won't get me.
madman! Up in the
I'll
back.
kill you!
Now! Mary in heaven!
Take that fucker out, damn it!
What do you want? Ah!
Right by the noggin!
So you...
What? What do you think you're doing? Arrest him! Guards! Ah! Das tut weh! I'm bleeding! Scheiße! Raus! Raus! Hey, das war knapp. Scheiße! Raus! Raus hier! Harry! Ah! Do you want to kill me, you fool? Ah! Guards! Watch out! He had his weapon. Ah! Oh my God! Ah!
That hit home. Take that. You still resisting? Now you're finished.
I surrender. Enough.
You fucking murder.
You know what?
My God! You still...
Executioner!
God fucking damn it! Everyone will recognize me with this brand. So, Pavlena, what have you left for me? She's got unfinished work here. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here? Like she got up and went straight out.
I'll shoot your head off. You want...
You're in for an arse kicking, you piece of shit! Show your stuff! Now you're finished!
Don't cause any trouble, got it?
Greetings, Master Guard. My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him, by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while, but I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Copenina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Copenina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No. But there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
I saw you have quite a nice bull here.
Do you mean the white one? It belongs to old Olbram, or rather, Olbram belongs to the bull. The old geezer don't have nothing else on his mind besides that bull of his. He barely even comes to the inn anymore because he's always watching it.
He watches the bull? How so?
He has his farmhands stand outside the barn with lanterns all night, keeping watch. I can't really blame him. An animal like that is a real rarity. I just feel sorry for the lads.
Do you think Olbram would sell the bull?
Who's asking? You? Take a look at yourself. You look like you just crawled out of a cow's arse.
I need a place to sleep.
And
I'll just stay.
It can be arranged. Payments.
What's going on?
You're not going.
You have a water goblin here.
It would be a wonder if we didn't, with all the ponds around. He's got a hut near. If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Where did you say that?
If you follow...
And what did they find it?
I thought so too at first, but then they ordered wine and paid with silver. Their purse was jingling with grot.
Would you happen to...
They often swim at the other side of the Rock Tower Pond.
Any other news?
Recently, I started...
Why?
They set up...
Aren't wolves afraid?
That's what I thought.
Did they tell you where...
In a gorge. If you...
Did they tell...
They mentioned...
Do you have it?
By the way...
That's up.
It act then up, but if you go... He takes...
Oh?
You... And that...
Thanks.
Take care.
Quick!
When's the last time I ate something?
What the? Did I step in shit? Oh, yeah.
You smell like a pig.
I'm sorry. I'll go and have a bath right away.
Excuse me. Jatatikal the Voivod. It seems like Aranka was telling the truth. Oh, greetings. Oh, you know what a bath is, don't you?
My name is Henry, and I've heard in the village that you're a renowned strongman, juggler, and moreover, skilled with a weapon. Is that true?
Depends. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone to help me.
What's it about?
Well, it's complicated. But the short version is, a few days ago I barely avoided the gravedigger's shovel. I thought I was done for. That's how badly beaten I was. And now, well, I'm feeling a bit unsure in combat. I'll need to regain my confidence, if you know what I mean.
Aye, that I can do. If what you say is true, I could really help you out, friend. I've been missing a good fight around here.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Well, don't thank me yet. Let's see what you're made of.
We can start right away.
All right. Follow me to the arena.
Is that supposed to be a
Excuse me.
Very good.
Shall we begin?
Here's a practice longsword, so we don't hurt each other. Let's see what you've got. We'll start with exchanges, and if you do well, we'll try something harder. You're going to attack. Commit to it. Don't stop after a single strike. Dish out several. Now I'm going to show you a simple technique that builds on that. You'll attack from the right, then left, then right again. Attacks follow one after the other. And you don't even have to break through your opponent's cover.
So right, left, and then right again.
Exactly. You could also do it the other way around. I'll let you have exactly 3 strikes, so you're not wasting effort just flailing around. Nice. Now do it again. Well done. Aye, you've got the hang of it. Let's try something more difficult. I'll teach you a real technique. You start with a slash from above, then from the right, and when your opponent expects another attack from above, you do a quick sidestep and drag your blade horizontally across his belly.
So I'll start from the top, then from the right, and then...
From the left. Remember, top, right, and finally, left.
All right. Let's give it a try.
I'll let you make 3 strikes just like before. No more. Don't pause. Nice. Now do it again. Beautiful. That's that, then. You don't even have to use a longsword for this technique. It'll work with any other weapon.
That'll come in handy.
And one more piece of advice. Any attack can start with this or that technique. Look, if I attack from the right, your riposte will come from above. And that's the first step of this technique. Think about it.
I'd like to go over it again.
Remember that trick I showed you?
Sure. Right slash, left slash, then right slash again.
That's right. Or you can do it the other way around. Well, shall we get started?
I'll get it. Let's do it.
Nice. Now do it again. Why didn't you follow through? Beautiful. Now show me the technique I taught you.
All right.
Beautiful. Once more. Enough. You're attacking from the wrong direction. You mixed up the directions. Again. Beautiful. You're good.
You said...
What now?
What?
If you...
How can I prove myself to you?
You'll have to defeat me in a sword fight.
So all I have to do...
That's right.
I'll challenge...
Sorry, lad, but... Nonsense.
I'll tend some...
Get a move.
When's the last time I ate something? Shall we be...
Hold on, I beat...
I feel quite hungry.
The Voivode's wife spoke of you.
Hey!
Go there.
How dare you?
Hey, you can't just go and eat our food. Come on, then. Let's sort this out.
Easy. Let's
These
talk
days,
about this.
If it's not tied...
Why are you...
I apologize, but you have an awful... I just...
How dare you?
I want...
Fine. Huh.
Made a fool of myself once again. Damn it.
My God, what What happened to you?
No, I got a bit of a scratch somewhere. There's nothing.
Well, did you get it sorted out?
Hopefully. But it cost me all the money my pa left me. I even had to sell the ring from my mother-in-law. But I'm telling you, if he runs up any more debts, I don't...
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
The Lord be with you.
I'm looking. Her name is Pavlena, and she sells baskets here sometimes.
Isn't that... There was a lot of... But no. See you later.
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problems.
I've heard you dye your...
I used to. I tried a few times, but I had to give it up. Troskovitz is on a hill, and there's not enough water for that. Why'd you ask?
I'd like to buy some pigment.
I see. Well, perhaps I could find some leftover black. If you...
Ah, damn.
Well, lad.
A bit longer without food, and I'll really start to be... I'm looking for...
Old Bosch...
Aye.
Comes...
Yes.
Ointments and...
Yes, that's...
I ain't... Try the rat house.
A bit longer without food, and I'll really start to be grumpy. A bit longer without food, and I'll really start to be grumpy.
Greetings.
Gather round, good men, so you can avoid... Good day.
I'd like you to teach...
What do you want?
Can I...
What is...
Those...
Can't. I don't think...
Were there...
No.
What was...
Bugger. There was some... And there's a good...
All right.
Time's wasted.
You know...
So, you're in the... Listen up. You take some...
That doesn't sound...
Return to God. Pray.
Next time, everybody, make sure to stay summed up.